Hello, and that was a complete video fail story, and you won't even get to see it when not in this video. But yeah, so I'm here today to talk about the UK government and a few of the stupid things that they've decided. Because one is they want to legalise cannabis, which is really stupid, because look how people abuse cigarettes and alcohol anyway, because they think, oh, it's legal, it must be completely good for you and healthy and what will not be dangerous. So apply that to cannabis and imagine how many people smoke at the moment, and you see the people that go round fishing at empty fag packets and half-smoked cigarettes and just looking to fuel their addiction, and people that physically don't eat so that they can smoke, and they waste all their money when they don't have any money to spend on cigarettes just to fuel their addiction. And if that applied to cannabis, look at how many people would abuse it. They'd smoke far more than would ever be safe for you. I mean, people do 40 a day, and imagine that with cannabis, that would just be stupid. But if the government think, oh, we can tax it and make more money, but just think things through. They're not going to think it through, of course, but they're just stupid like that. But yeah, don't necessarily blame it on head government, although that one probably is. For example, look at Labour. They were like, they've completely screwed up the country, and now that they've passed on the buck, they're like, ooh, well then Conservatives, they must be responsible for it, because they're the ones in power at the moment. And even though we're screwed up to such a state, normally while I choke on my chewing gum, to such a state that they couldn't possibly repair it by now, but we will blame them so that we get voted in the next election. But also with things in the main governments, your town might actually not be run by them. So if things are going shit in your town, you have to look who's actually running the district in where you live, because that will be the people to blame for what's going on in where you live. So yeah, and if you hear a slight echo, it's coming from the ghetto PC, because it's going to make the speaker. I'll just mute it actually, that would make more sense than have an echo. Mute. Now I'll shut up. But yeah, XPPC, so that I can actually use my camcorders to record rather than record it on that, play it back, run it on that, blah 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 blah. Need a better setup for sure, and other stuff that's been going on. Let's look at unemployment, and they keep saying how unemployment figures sinking and then unemployment figures are rising. That's just people that are claiming job seekers, not necessarily people that are unemployed, because I was unemployed for a long time for actually rental job seekers, so that didn't actually count as a statistic. And now the government's thing is to screw over people so that you can't actually have your housing benefits. When you're entitled to it, they will look for any excuse not to give it to you. For example, when I went to work at the festival for one weekend, I told them in advance I was going to work it, or I asked the commission if I could. They said, yes, if you fill out this special holiday form, then it will exempt you for that week, and then your stuff will continue from the week after. So I did that, fully declared it and everything. If I hadn't declared it, everything would be fine. I'd still be getting all my benefits now. But no, because I declared it, they wanted to put it in full investigation lockdown, so then they required 5 wage slips for one weekend of festival work where it's impossible to have 5 wage slips for. So I submitted what I had, proof of what I had worked and where I hadn't been working, and proved that I hadn't been working. So this was from August, and let's say this kept on till at least December, and then the housing association that I'm renting from wanted their rent, and they were in such a state of wanting it that even though I'd been on at the council, they wanted to take me to court for my home. So that was what was going on from there. So I was being taken to court, and through talking to them about things and trying to sort it out with the council, they had the council admit that they were wrong and that they would actually backdate all the pay if I refilled in a claim, which I did. So I refilled in the claim, started it fresh, and everything was going on track. And then, of course, the third time I had to go to court to try and keep hold of my home, and they'd said, yes, things are going fine, we're just waiting to hear back from the council, and they've said that they will do it, and it's just been processed. But because this court date clashed with a date that I was due to sign on, all of a sudden they cancelled everything, and you know, it just all got screwed up. So they completely fucked me over, and it seems like the new government scheme is to make people completely homeless, and that's how they eliminate joblessness, to keep people out on the streets. You know, what's it matter if they die, because they're not officially a statistic anymore. We've written off, you know, they're not unemployed. What do we care? It just seems to be what they care about. So part of that, I decided, because there's an abandoned house down the road, that I thought I would try to claim that, because apparently you can. And so I wrote off to the Queen to say there's this abandoned property, and I would bring it back up to full standards, you know, if I had ownership of it, because it's been abandoned for so many years. It's been more than 5 years. So wrote to the Queen, who apparently has actually, looking into it, has absolutely no power whatsoever. She's just a ceremonial figure. She has no power of government, no power over the land, no ownership of anything. She's just a ceremonial figure for tourism, and is treated as a entity that can't go to, you know, you can't hold her legally responsible for anything, because she's a sovereign figure. But get this, dear Mr. Bentley, that's not my surname, and I spelled it in capital letters, spaced apart clearly, so that they would do it. But no, I'm now Mr. Bentley Esquire. Yes, that is so very wrong. Buckingham Palace. Can't you spell anything? Bentley. I am not Bentley. So now I have this official paper, thick paper, from Buckingham Palace. But says basically we can't do anything, you know, the Queen has no power, the Queen does nothing. We can't help. So the government are still going to screw me over. So yeah, that's the letter from the Queen, and obviously they're going to try to forcefully evict me at some point. They've cut off my gas completely now, rather than just put stupid sellotape across my door. So yeah, that's really helpful of them, just because I'm in adverse possession and not letting them do the annual service, because, you know, they could try to kick me out. It's my home, and it's the government that screwed me over, so you know, just not gonna. But yeah, if I do end up out, the plan is to walk from Scotland to London. I've probably mentioned this before, get names and all this, but you can start now if you want, if you think this is wrong, because how the government screwed me over, because they're stupid like that and refuse to take responsibility when they've fucked up, and I gave them all the proof I could. You know, I can't provide 5-wage slips because I didn't have 5-wage slips. How the fuck do I magic 5-wage slips from one fucking weekend of work? And forgive me swearing, there was a time where I wanted to shove my middle finger up at the camera and just then talk about the fucking government. So yeah, I'm gonna have to mark this as explicit material. But if you want to put your name in the comments, you know, I'm not gonna say like us and thumbs up and share it, or whether you want to share it, you know. I think more people that know about it the better, so if you really want to, do that. But yeah. And another thing is, there's more to do with the fact that my parents are selfish and don't want to help, you know. they could have took out a mortgage on a £50,000 property, which is just down the road from me, that I could have got, which is about the same month pay there. It costs the same basically as renting this flat, so you know, I could have possibly done that, you know, because job seekers alone without housing benefit would have covered that. So, you know, just eat very little of it anyway, and we've been sorted and covered all the costs, and even then it's a full house rather than just a flat, so I could have rented out another room to cover the costs easily. But pay for parents. So yeah. Anyway, so enough about that. It's only a 10-minute video that's, you know, government shit and all that. That's only human. I'm not the only one that's been fucked over by this. I've seen there's an e-petition thing where someone's tried to put their own e-petition up where it's happened to them. One of my friends has also had some screw her housing benefit over. And it's just they're screwing everyone's housing benefit over and trying to kick everyone out on the streets to target unemployment, because if you're out on the streets you're not a statistic and you don't matter. It doesn't matter that we're all young people and looking for work, actively looking for work, and can't take out under 16 hours because that will fuck with your housing benefit and they'd have cancelled that off. So part-time work was out the window, you had to have full-time work because otherwise your housing benefit is fucked and you're fucked and you can't pay your fucking bills. But what does it matter anyway now that they've fucked me over anyway? And it doesn't cover rent, so they'll just fuck you over anyway.